Hello guys, hope everyone's doing okay. Yeah, so we're going to be doing a bit of web work today. I've made possibly the weirdest impulse purchase of my life, which is a Python script dedicated to making cobwebs. So yeah, we're going to be doing some cobwebs. That came about because I did this paint over last night and actually really quite like the idea of doing this sort of like webby effect. So we're going to start doing that tonight. I spent a little bit of time last night trying to figure out how to render curves in Katana. I eventually got it working. So we're going to focus primarily on doing the webs, as I said. That being said, if there are any questions, do let me know. I haven't really used this tool. I literally just did a very quick test run. I haven't tried exporting anything from this yet. But it's literally just a Python script that places NURBS curves, so it's not like doing huge amounts of stuff. So I assume it will all work, but we will find out, I guess, later. But yeah, so we're going to try to do this and probably get some webs from this guy, I guess. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Let's move that back over there. I'm just going to Alt-Save before I do anything. And then let me just quickly black out the screen. There's something I need to check. There's a window that I always close and forget to... Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Cool. So, yeah, I'm just going to get started on this then, I guess. So, what I'm going to do, just to make life a little bit easier, I'm going to select the geometries that I want to make webs from. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense for that to be there. Let's get all this stuff. In fact, yeah, let's get this side. I'm just going to duplicate all this, Control D, and then group it all. So then I can hide everything else. And I also need to delete this stuff, which I think is... I've already got a candles group, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can delete all this stuff. Cool. And delete that guy. Just going to quickly clean up the scene. Curtain B, we can hide that. Cool. So we're just going to delete everything we couldn't possibly need. I don't want any webs coming from the front, so I'm just going to delete that side. I don't really need any webs coming from the back either, so let's delete, let's say there onwards. And then I don't need any past here. And then at the bottom, I don't need any past like here. So there's like prepping some geometries to grow webs across, basically. Just to kind of keep things simple. Same is going to go for this guy. I don't want webs to go past like here, so we're just going to do... What did I grab? Oh, okay. Hide that guy. So like here. Cool. This guy. Okay, we can hide him. So we're going to do all our work here. We got our webs group up there, which we're going to replace. That did contain geometries originally. But yeah, so I guess I'm just going to merge all this stuff. So let's assign... Oh, I also don't need most of this. Definitely don't need that. And definitely don't need like past here. Cool. Keeps all that simple. And then finally, let's say we don't need past there. Right, so now that we've got all this, I'm going to... I'll keep them separate for now. And then at some point we'll kind of break this down a bit further. In fact, I don't think I need anything. In fact, no, we'll leave that. Cool. So that'll do. We've got that scene saved. So, obviously there's a certain amount of art direction we need to go through. For now I'm just going to try to learn the tool. As we learn the tool I can kind of redo areas. So for now, let's try creating cobwebs on this mesh. Okay. So you want a bit more length, don't we? I haven't figured out what the percentage does yet. Like, why is that a percentage and not a world space value? Okay, definitely want lower density than that. Let's go like 600. Cool. Let's select all these and create some webs across them. So let's go 1200. Okay. Don't like how that's turned out. Don't really like how this one's turned out actually. I'm gonna increase that length. Increase the length and decrease the density. Let's go 200 density and increase the length. I'm just gonna bunk that out a bit. Cool. Let's increase gravity a bit. I want that to be a lot higher. Okay, maybe not that much. There we go, that's working a lot better. Okay, I'm not sure how the remove web penetration tool works yet. But we're starting to get something out of this, so I'll select all these guys. Cool. Generate cobwebs. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so density needs to go down. Let's say like 3. Oh, 5 is the lowest, okay. Max length. Let's set that as high as it can go. Let's see what that does. And gravity needs to go way down. Okay. Okay, we only need more segments on these, I think. Let's go like, I don't know, 16. Okay, so that's working. So we're going to try our best to keep all of these in like relevant groups. So these are all going to be like mask webs. And call it mask webs A. Let's go with group. Then put that into the webs group, and we're going to hide the webs group. Now I also want some across the eye, so we've got like this area here. Some of that might be easier to hand place, but we'll see. So let's just go like there to there. See what that does by default. Okay, a little bit more dense than I wanted it, but let's get a little bit more gravity in there, a little bit less density. There we go. And I just want to grab these two. Okay, let's reduce the gravity, increase the frizz. So how does frizz work? Oh, interesting. Okay. So I'm not liking these ones. So let's get rid of those. And I'm just going to select a face here, like a face there. Local variable set A. Okay, let's try. There we go. Oh, hello. Okay, so let's remove you. We definitely need to reduce that frizz. Bit strong, but okay. Put that all the way down. Let's go 40. Okay. Let's go 30. There we go. Now it's better for me. Don't like some of these, like that one feels a bit weird, but like this sort of stuff feels very odd. Let's remove some of the weirder looking ones. Oh, is that this? Cool. So we got that. We'll group all these guys. Mask. Webs. B. Group. So the way I'm going to handle it is these webs are going to be much, much finer than these ones. To make them a little bit less visible, but still kind of there. There's probably too many of them. I can possibly redo them. But yeah, let's redo these because I'm learning a little bit more about how the tool works now. Okay, let's increase that a little bit. So a bit more gravity, a bit more density, and let's go like 50. It's kind of good. Oh, that's nice. And we'll do some down here as well. Okay, we can just delete the ones that we don't want. I wonder if there's a way to get them to go across. There we go, that's how I do it. So let's go reduce the max length. Okay, and then on this guy, let's go max length really short, very little gravity. Okay. Okay, let's get that first group, which is this one. And we want to go across string pairs. Okay, length might be a bit much. Okay, still too much. Okay, does the across thing mess with that? But let's go within. Yeah, okay, that messes with it a bit. So let's go max length. Let's get that first group again. Okay, increase that max length. A little bit more gravity. Grab these two strings. Let's go across. Yeah, okay, you can't do that. Okay, can I go from like U to U? That's quite long. There we go, that's a bit better. These are definitely not droopy enough. A few too many of them. Let's just go through and delete a couple. Okay, just connect to these guys. There we go. Grab all these. And we're going to call that mask webs A group. Cool. Right, so next thing is U to U. Apparently not. Reduce the length even more. Cobwebs. Need to increase that. Okay, even less length. Okay. Let's grab these to these. I crashed. Oh, it worked. I just created a lot. Okay, so it's only generating across the same objects. So let's quickly hide these, duplicate them, unhide them, combine them. God, why did we combine them? Put these up here for a moment. Okay, so I'm just going to delete everything other than that area. So let's just do that. That. In fact, let's delete everything other than that side. Delete the inside of it. Okay, then we want to delete pretty much everything. Let's go like there. Jesus. Let's reduce that max length. That's almost right. I kind of want to get rid of like this point onwards, which by extension means here. Definitely need to reduce that and also increase the max length. Even less density. Bit more gravity while we're at it. Okay, let's delete the back of this thing as well. Okay. So my paint over starts like here, so I guess I need to delete further up. So let's delete like there. There we go, that's better. So let's add more gravity. Not that much gravity. Less density. Okay. What are these for? Gotta delete that one, because that's not looking correct. Wait, is that actually... That's from there, isn't it? Yeah. It's better. So let's delete some of the ones that are going up, because I quite like the directionality of it. Actually, I kind of need it to slope more down. So let's delete a bit more of this. And delete that group. Let's delete these groups while we're at it. There we go, that's better. Okay, so now we've got all those. This might be a bit intense. Leave it to keep thinking. Probably should have saved. Come on. Hey, there we go. Oh, Jesus. Beginning to see the issue. Okay. So let's save our scene. Okay. Mask, frame, A, group. Something I'm going to do as well. Top web. Oh, is it automatically named them? Let's create these. So top web. Nice, okay, that's great. So it automatically names Hey Ian, how you doing, man? Yeah, that's great, it automatically names stuff. Yeah, because what I want to do is like make the primary webs thicker than the secondary webs. Okay, I can get rid of these now, I believe. Although, no, let's keep that for a moment. I want to connect just a few webs to this guy. Not exactly what I expected, but okay. Guess we don't need that front, do we? And we don't want to need it back. Okay, let's just quickly make some across. Basically no gravity. Okay, so we got that. That's going to be web to box. Web. No. Mask. Box. Group. Okay. So let's delete these two. Get back into that group too. Unhide these guys. So now we don't need to duplicate these again. And this time I'm going to delete everything except here. Let's delete even further. Let's go like there. And on the inside, delete maybe that loop. Cool. And this one, I'm going to delete. Okay. Okay, cobwebs. There we go. Honestly, that will do. Mask frame B group. Cool. Delete these. Might need to delete these guys. We'll see. Cool, so next thing to do is to get the wall and the frame. So I'm going to, again, duplicate both, hide wall plaster and mirror frame. So we've got just these two. Can also hide web group wall matter. Cool, so for this one, we need something like that, and then I'm going to connect that to there, to there, to there. Okay, and then let's get rid of all this stuff in here. Cool. And then we can start connecting these two. So let's create some webs. Did it create any? Bit much. Still a bit much. Okay, I need them to be a lot shorter. Still shorter. Let's something I just realised that I can do. Extrude that along this way. And that allows me to delete everything other than that. Let's just... Come on. Why is it bringing this up each time? Let's do that again. Oh. Where did that happen? Cool. Then I can just grab all this, shoot that out, and then delete that. Cool. I'm gonna crank the density. It's weird how it's generating so few curves. Jesus. I feel like I should delete all these. Could it be that I don't have enough geometry? Maybe this needs to be scaled to be further away. A little bit better. Still trying to learn the quirks of how this tool actually does its job. That'll do for that. Select these guys. Okay, definitely need to learn how that works. Does it just not care about distance? Is that the problem? Yeah, it doesn't care about distance, does it? That's the problem. Hello. Cool, that'll do. So let's delete these two. We'll call this one frame wall. Group. Frame wall. Group. Frame wall A, sorry. Then we'll sort out naming. Well, I'll get a few in the string. Cool. Let's select all those. I keep forgetting. Need to stop selecting in groups. Bad habit. Trying to get fewer. There we go. Okay, let's get that last group. Connect these two. There we go. And then we're just going to call that one group string string A group. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of cleanup. So we're going to call these, let's isolate them, group them. And this group is web primary group. And all these ones cool. And then so that makes all these ones web secondary. web secondary group, and we'll rinse repeat that for all of them. So we've got strings A. Let's do frame wall. So we've got these guys, which are primary. So group web primary group. And these ones are web secondary. Cool. That's that one done. Next one is mask box. Got to bounce, have a good one. No worries, man. Have a good night. Okay, so I feel like I can pick out the primaries. Yeah, that's the primaries. Web primary group. Web secondary group. There's no way I'll get through all this without making a spelling mistake somewhere. Okay, so we got mask frame. Those are all primaries, right? Let's allow those all to be primaries. In fact, should I just combine all that? Yeah, I'll combine all these. So let's get these two. Cool, grab those and these. Web primary group. I'll put that in mask frame A. Delete that. And then we got did I accidentally delete the wrong group? Yeah, I did. Web secondary group. Cool. I'm just going to copy the name of that, saving some time on the next ones. Okay, we've got web group. The rest of them are secondaries apparently, so let's go with this. Okay, and let's just copy a name from one of the other ones. I guess all these are going to be the same, right? Let's just name all of them. Actually, yeah, that's all the primaries. Okay, and then that leaves the rest of that group, which is make sure these are all spelled exactly the same. Then let's copy that. Cool. That's Web's group. All the groups within that have 0 transformations. Good. So let's go cache, Alembic, export selection to Alembic. We're going to go to Asset Publishers, Prop Webs. I'm just going to save over this. Cool. So we got that. Obviously, we'll be doing multiple passes. We need to set up a few things though. So let's see what I've seen. I'll delete this group here. We don't need it anymore. We can now just show. Okay. Right, so get into here. So we're going to prop webs, which is now drastically changed. We're going to prune our guy. Okay, then where's prop webs? There it is. So let's see if I can figure this out. I'm gonna, first off, I will just copy these guys. Okay, I'm just gonna drag that there, and then you will connect there. Okay, NMC web curve mats. Okay, we're gonna need to obviously fix that. Scene graph. Yep, there we go. So there's a few things we need to create. First one is the Arnold curve width set. Although the actual order of these doesn't matter as far as I can tell. So we need a curve width set. Okay, let's get that in there. We're going to start off with the primaries, so set this to custom. Okay, then we're going to search for anything containing edit. So I'm going to search for anything containing web primary underscore group, then anything under that. I will set that for now 0.01. That will do for now. Okay. Curve width set primaries. So I'm just gonna turn on the light. It's really dark in here. So we've got primary set. Now we just want to duplicate that. And then we're going to want one that searches for anything with secondary. Is that spelled correctly? I don't know. Either way. Cool. We then have a Arnold object settings, which I believe is just setting, yeah. Okay. So we need Arnold object settings, which I'm going to delete that one. AOS. Okay. This one is going to search for anything. If I remember correctly, it has to be set to the group. I did quite a lot of testing last night. I couldn't figure out what specifically made it work, which was annoying. But this should be fine, so let's put that there. Then go to geometry, curves. And I think that was fine. So then the material assign, MA, web, web map. Is that what it's called? Oh, it's web curve map, right? Okay, and that gets assigned to here. So let's see if this actually renders. While I'm at it, I'm going to disconnect this. Okay. Hopefully it works. Probably should have region rendered, but okay. Okay, it looks like it's working. It's catching a lot of reflection. Either way, it looks like it's working. So let's bump up the thickness of our primaries. So we're going to set that to like 0.2. And then we can look into the actual shader of it. Yeah, looks like it's worked. It's annoying that it's catching so much reflection. It is spec, right? It's like entirely spec. Oh, it's not entirely spec. There's quite a lot coming from indirect. That's really chunky. Okay, so let's play about with this. First thing we're going to do is massively increase the roughness. Let's go like 0.7. And shift is going to be set to 0 because it's not hair. Color, do for now. Diffuse we want a little bit, which will make them feel thicker. But that's fine by me. What we can also do is go into Arnold Object Settings, AOS. Let's look for, what's the thing I'm looking for right now? Oh, what's the thing I'm trying to say? Web curves. Okay, ribbon. I'm going to set that to thick. We'll see how differently that renders. I prefer the look of ribbon. Although I think thick is technically more correct in this case. It's just that my thickness is too much. What about oriented? How do you look? So I'm pretty sure oriented is just a ribbon that always faces the camera, and no matter what. Which can give very weird shading artifacts in hair, because the hair kind of rotates to match the camera. So that kind of anisotropic effect can get a bit fucky. Okay, let's just reorder those. Doesn't make a difference from what I can tell. It's catching more stuff in the thinner areas. Oriented actually matches a lot closer to tube. It's really close to tube. It's not identical though, which is interesting. I feel like I prefer the general look of ribbon, so let's go with ribbon. We don't want any min pixel width. Okay, let me try rendering. Okay, let's try shading with something else. Or just replace it with more diffuse. We definitely don't need that. Let's go like 4. Maybe 1 extra sample. Let's turn off what that does. Okay, no, we need those. Which one do we need though? Yeah, let's get that diffuse back in there. Okay. Set you to like 0.6 maybe? We could also try an AI flat. Diffuse is fixing quite a lot. So maybe that spec is just way too sensitive. Okay, we'll stick with the half diffuse thing. So I quite like the way that looks, but it's way too thick now. So let's go into our primaries and reduce that down to this, and then go into our secondaries. Let's add, in fact, let's set that to half. So then anti-aliasing will do the rest from here. Make it feel more like a web again. See, doing all this webbing just adds the temptation to put like a little spider leg peeking around the side. Either way, that appears to work. Okay, let's get the entire side of the image in there. I hope you guys are aware though, like every project after this is probably going to involve webs to some extent. There ain't no way I'm paying, what, 55 Canadian dollars for a web tool to do an hour's working, if that includes the render time. I'm wondering if there's anything else that would benefit from cobwebs. Like, should we get some on the back wall, just like here? I feel like I should also replace this opacity output with something that's painted, because it's feeling very soft. And let's quickly have a look at that. We can also delete this stuff over here now. So wall. Where's the wall? There it is. And it's plaster. Perfect. So the opacity, this guy. We want more amplitude, I think. So let's get more aggressive. So let's go like 0.5 and just see what happens. It's looking pretty good though. Save our scene. Okay, let's go 12 octaves. Okay, it sharpens it up a little bit. Feels at least a little bit better now. Let's go a little bit higher, let's go 0.8. We're going to reveal a little bit more wall by doing this, but that's fine. It's also going to make the edge more rugged each time. Yeah, there we go. Getting a bit more rugged. Good, good, good. If you add a little bit of distortion, see what happens. Okay, that's looking cool. Maybe go a little bit less. Let's go... Well, we accidentally got 128, so it has to be 64 next. It's the law. Okay, that changed it a lot. Oh, because it's 064. Although... I do like the placement of that. I'll see what happens. Let's see what 064 does. That works a lot better for me. Like a lot better, actually. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go to that. So let's do a full render. The other side is looking stronger too, that's good. Getting so close to the end of the project I can feel it. So these are looking a little bit dark to me. I know they're supposed to be, but I kind of want to brighten them up a little bit. So I do remember there's something in my shader that allows me to do that. I think it's a diffuse amount, or like dirt amount. Let's go to the mirror, prop mirror. And we're looking for glass, which is the top. Okay, so we're looking for this guy. Oh, there's the mix. Okay, so one of these is this side. I think it's this one. Yeah, crack sides. Okay. I have to let that clean up a little bit. I feel like I should completely change the way I'm approaching this. Use this as a mask instead. Value 0. Ramp. Okay, get that in there. So now I can use this as an amount. So that makes it darker, which is cool. So let's set it to 0. Oh. Looking a little bit better. Cool. So now let's kick off a cleaner render. I suppose I could also use the Cobwebs plugin if I ever do something really gory. Quite helpful. If I ever do like a really creepy monster with like tendons and stuff. Could use the cobweb thing to kind of get that stringy thing going across. It'd be gross. Okay. I'm aware this doesn't look great. What do we call it? We could unfold it. It's more just a case of like it's covered by our guy. I guess we may as well fix it, right? I just feel like I should duplicate these guys and put them over there. Definitely need more roughness on the glass, like edges there. Although this bit right here I'm seeing through directly to the mirror. I guess that explains that. Okay, let's fix this. Util, flush caches, let's get to Maya. So these guys, let's get the UVs from this. UV editor, we can kill this now. UV toolkit. What am I looking for right now? Transform. There we go. Get. And then mapping. Planar map Z. Unfold. Then set. Come on. Cool. Copy the UVs between those two. Mesh. Transfer attributes. UV sets by topology. Cool. Z-axis. So the easiest way to cut a thing is literally just to do that. Cut. And then we'll cut the ends off too. Cut. I guess actually let's move and so. There we go. Good enough for me. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So let's go export curtain B group. Cache, Alembic, export selection to Alembic. And we want curtain B. temptation to add webs in the curtains is higher than it should be, honestly. Cool. That's better. Obviously it still feels a bit rough. This needs to be pulled in. Yep, we're doing it anyway. Fuck it. Mixing graph. Flush caches. I'm literally just gonna soft deform it. I was about to say soft mod, but that's a different program. Okay. So I'm going to try a different way of moving this, which is to do this and rotate from there and then move from there. Cool. Do the same for that side, although this side probably won't be as necessary. The hell is that? What the fuck? Cool. So let's export this again. Cache, Alembic, export selection to Alembic. And do this. Again, it won't look much better, but it'll look a little bit better. It'll at least look not as lazy, having a perfectly straight line. Maybe a bit too subtle, but that's better. Definitely too subtle though. Which is weird, considering that's not that far off, right? Okay, that'll do. Not gonna worry about it clipping the wall. So util, kill that. Util flush caches. Cache Alembic, export selection to Alembic, prop curtain. Yeah. This is a very coarse fabric, but I kind of like it. Cool. What else is left to do? I need to get this into the scene. So I can call this prop stand geo. And this is going to be table geo. group those. Table, group. Okay. So let's export these guys out. Are they intersecting? They're not. Good. Or they kind of are. Oh, actually not. Cool. Modify for each transformations. Cool. Let's get table group. Cache alembic, export selection to alembic. Blah 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 blah. Prop table. Prop table. Oh. Cool. Let's throw this in there, get a basic shader on it, and then we can move on. This is getting so big. I'll probably break this up into different backdrop nodes. I do one that's like primary, one that's secondary items. So like primary items would be back wall, mask, mirror. Secondary items would be curtains, table, anything on it, candles, that sort of stuff. Okay, so let's grab all of, in fact, what would be the best one? Something that's going to be funny when I have to do it is I want to do that brush, like the makeup brush. That's going to need me to do like prop grooming, which is honestly hilarious to me. I might put all these in their own groups. That would really compress this down a lot. Anyway, let's ignore that for a second. Copy paste. This is where it starts getting silly. There we go. Add alembic. Cool. That's not what I want. Projects. Personal projects. Let's go Gustave Dore. Asset publishers. Prop table. Cool. Then we just need to go grab that. Okay. Just gonna copy that. Scene graph. That's copying all that to the wrong place. redo all that. Leave that for now. Cool. Geometry, we don't need any smoothing. Oh, we'll smooth the normals though. I wiped out the gold material, didn't I? Oh, there we go. That's good. Okay, let's just copy this from up top. Okay, now let's get into that. Delete basically all of this. Create a surface. For now, leave that as is. Let's just get into our viewer, check our test cam, which we need to go. Okay, go to our test cam, scene graph. No, don't need to do that. To do this. And we'll just like get a basic value in there. Obviously this is going to cause a lot more bounce light than we necessarily want. So let's just proxy like a oak material. So I'm going to whack that down a little bit. Put you up. I'll put you to about there. We'll do a clear coat later. Let me get a picture of oak. Oak wood. Or am I thinking of something else? I'm thinking of a different type of wood. Dark oak. Close enough. I should know like wood grains at this point. Okay, let's color pick. Cool. Get a little bit of diffuse roughness on there. go a little bit darker on the value. Let's go 0.5. And then let's get a clear coat on there. Let's go 0.5. Coat roughness 0.3. Coat IOR. Let's go water based. Do we have any wood nodes like built in? No. I know I can make like wood with some noises, but maybe in the next stream we'll have some fun with that. Try to get close to this, but procedural if we can, just for the fun of it. So obviously the wall in the entire scene looks pretty bad. But like, I'm wondering if it's worth getting anything out here, just for if we ever render any wide shots, which I don't think we will, but I like to plan for stuff that is unnecessary, honestly. I kind of want to add like support struts down here for absolutely zero reason. That's where this sort of project goes for me. They always get turned into something they shouldn't be. Either way, that'll do for today's stream, I think. Just extend that out a little bit. Yeah, we definitely gonna need to simplify this a lot. Because it's getting pretty mad. It's just like growing out and out and out. Even if we create a group node, which is just all of this. In fact, yeah. Let's do that. Group. It's like shift middle click, right? Group. Cool. Right, so let's kick off a render. And yeah, that'll be it for the stream. I'm going to let this render out, get something nice and clean out of it. Next stream, which might be tomorrow, maybe over the weekend, I'll start getting some stuff built for down here. We'll see. I'm not entirely sure what's going to go there yet. Obviously, I know I want to get the brush thing in there, so we drew that in yesterday. I could get this in there, could get a comb. Doing a tortoiseshell material could be quite cool, although that is a bit more 1950s. But I can look into like combs from the era, just to get something in there as well. Which could be a place to use cobwebs, which is like the go-to thing in this project now. And since he is bald after all, like this shouldn't have cobwebs, but this should. But yeah, so we'll leave it there. We'll see kind of where we want to go from that. But in the meantime, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'm going to definitely make sure to get the most out of that cobweb tool. But yeah, cool. Well, that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next stream. Bye bye.